The UK in the 1950s and 60s was changing. A great wave in immigration changed the face of the UK forever as we became a multicultural nation. With a large influx of Indian, Bangladeshi and Pakistani immigrants, British culture of the late 80s and 90s adapted to the new audience, with TV shows and films like Goodness Gracious Me, The Kumars, Anita and Me, and East is East. It wasn't just what people watched that changed, but also what people listened to. A popular 1997 track by Corner Shop had British and Asian people alike singing a tribute to Bollywood stars like Asha Bhosle and Lata Mangeshkar. This track was made popular by the famous Fatboy Slim remix. However, the greatest change in UK culture was the food. With chicken tikka masala soon becoming the nation's favourite dish, it also became an example for the multicultural nation the UK had become. The Foreign Secretary from 1997 to 2001, Robin Cook, famously said, "Chicken tikka is an Indian dish. The masala sauce was added to satisfy the desire of British people to have their meat served in gravy." Many popular dishes were born from the merging of Asian and British traditions, and the Birmingham region is not exempt from this. With the largest Pakistani population outside of Pakistan, this merging brought Birmingham the Balti.
We're in Shababs, which has been going since the late 1980s, mid-1980s, which is really when Balti hit the scene. Balti, which is a genuine Brummy invention, started in this area. It's mainly Pakistan restaurants, which are cafe style. You'll see here glass top tables, which is what all the cafes had. And one restaurant had the idea of fusing how stuff's cooked in Pakistan in the mountainous areas, one-pot cooking as it's called, with the Western idea. The problem with one-pot cooking in Pakistan is it's slow cooked, it's on the bone, it's done in ghee. So the Birmingham Balti was an adaptation of that. It was vegetable oil because it's healthier and a cleaner taste. It's off the bone because Western people tended to like stuff that's off the bone. And because people don't want to be waiting an hour when they order a curry, it had to be fast cooked. So the Balti was invented, which was basically a pan, which you can see here, which is made of thin pressed steel. And this allows you to cook very quickly. All those things made Balti a really fabulously popular thing, and Birmingham is where it started.
Birmingham is the second largest city in Britain with almost 1 million settlers. It has a widespread cultural heritage that is fitting with its rich, diverse population. We took to the streets of Birmingham to ask if Brummies knew in which UK city the Balti came from.
No, what's your name?
No.
No, I don't. Sorry.
I don't really know, no.
Yes.
I do, yes, but in reality there isn't.
From a survey we conducted, only 18% of people knew it was their home city that pioneered the Balti. That equates to 174,761 people from the whole of the Birmingham population. This is a very small figure for a regional dish with a long-standing cultural presence in the city. We met with the pioneer of the Balti, Adil, in his restaurant in the Balti Triangle to find out about the Balti journey.
Yeah, this is Adil Balti. It's the first Balti house in UK and in Birmingham. And we started beginning of 1977. And we are the best Balti house in UK. When I started, I went to my country, in Pakistan, Azad Kashmir. And I take idea from there, there is, in Balochistan, they do the Baltis, I went there, I see the Balti there. And then I decided to, I could start in UK, in Birmingham.
Adil travelled to the UK from Pakistan in the 70s, bringing the knowledge of Kashmiri one-pot cooking with him. An adaptation of one-pot cooking became the integral part of the Birmingham Balti. It gave him the idea for the Balti Bowl.
This is Uncle's, which is where you can get the genuine Balti bowls. It's always stocked the Balti bowls, as far as I know, it's the only place that does. And if you have a look round, you'll see a variety of bowls, of which only one is the genuine Balti bowl. Now we have the genuine Balti bowl. Now these Balti bowls are made of thin pressed steel. And these were commissioned by the guy from Adil many years ago from a Birmingham factory. and he actually wanted it done to a particular design. He wanted it in pressed steel because you can fast cook, and also you'll see it's got a flat bottom.
I take the sample from Pakistan, you know, they was like this, you know, and then I brought it here and showed to Tara Singh, and he said he can make it like this, and he did make it.
Made in a factory in Handsworth, these dishes were made to Adil's direct specifications, to ease cooking and keep the Balti hot when it's served. The next thing set in store for his journey was to complete the recipe for the Birmingham Balti.
The process of the veg oil first, followed by the onions, followed by the spices, of which, as I say, there are various ones which go in, and the fact that you can't use any curry pastes or curry powders, definitely verboten, definitely not allowed. Those things are the same with every genuine Birmingham Balti.
The Birmingham Balti was inspired by one-pot cooking, but not all of the traditions could remain. Instead of cooking meat on the bone, they opted to cook meat off the bone, to suit British preferences. And they swapped a heavy ghee for a lighter, healthier vegetable oil.
They're doing on the bone on there, you know, but actually, you know, we can't do it here because it takes time, you know, but we do the off the bone. The ghee is a bit heavier, you know, and that's why, you know, we start using the cooking, vegetable cooking oil, yeah, and we start using that, you know, the people like that, you know, it's healthy as well, you know.
Adjusting the traditional dish to suit British tastes was a success, and the Balti has become a favourite across the country. In many areas, its origins are unknown and disputed, but this is something the Asian Balti Restaurant Association are working to resolve.
Birmingham is proud of the Balti experience, and it's a Brummie thing. The problem is, Balti has become a generic term, so you could go anywhere from Glasgow to Torquay and get a chicken Balti or a lamb Balti or whatever Balti you want, but it wouldn't be a genuine Balti. So we're being passionately proud of the Birmingham Balti, decided we wanted to do something about that. So we're going for a European mark, which will make it, it's called a Traditional Speciality Guarantee, a TSG. There's a lot of bureaucracy involved, but we're well on the way to getting it so that anybody in Britain can cook a Balti, and they can do what they want and misrepresent it however they want. We can't stop that now, but by Jove, if somebody does a Birmingham Balti, it's got to be the real thing.
The attempt to get a traditional speciality guarantee is ongoing, and it will be interesting to see if the Balti can get recognised alongside champagne, Parma ham, and Melton Mowbray pork pies. The Birmingham Balti is a large unknown part of Birmingham's cultural heritage and deserves to be better recognised within and outside of the city. How to make a Birmingham Balti. First, add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to your Balti bowl. Then add 2 teaspoons of garlic and ginger puree. Add 1 teaspoon of fresh green ground chilli. Add a handful of onions, peppers and tomatoes. Add whichever meat you have chosen. For this, we have chosen chicken tikka. Stir it all together. Add a pinch of fenugreek, a pinch of cumin, garam masala, a pinch of pepper, a pinch of chili powder, a pinch of paprika, and a pinch of turmeric. Stir and leave for 2 minutes before serving.